Louisiana Beer Reviews follow-up. I guess you could call this a special edition, but it's a follow-up of the Bourbon County Brand Barleywine Ale that I did this morning at about 8 o'clock. So here we are about 6.5 hours later.
So it's flat now.
It wasn't exactly super bubbly to start with. It didn't develop much foam. The cap I threw away. I actually threw the bottle away, so I had to get it out of the garbage and clean it with hot water and soap.
Nice. Good.
I washed my hands, but so just to show it. Now the website says 12.1%, but this bottle says 12.9.
Okay.
We were scheduled. I'm scheduled to do this Goose Winter Ale from Goose Island. I was going to do that with you. It's 5.3.
Okay.
And 25 international bitterness units. So you might like this later.
Malty chocolate aromas, roasted caramel.
And that just came out in 2015. That's a new one.
I had some hazelnut butterscotch beer the other night. I took a picture of it, but I didn't send it to you because I forgot to put down the name of it.
Oh.
I think it's one of the local. They have so many local beers in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Well, I mean, it would have been.
Yeah, well, at some point you'll have to come down and try some of the.
Now this is supposed to be a snifter. It's a big, but I don't have a snifter. This is a tulip, which does more of the tapering, the snifters. But that's all right. It's similar.
You'll be okay.
What do you think about it? Like I said, the foam was thin.
It smells really sweet and almost like brown sugar.
Yeah.
Like.
And I'm not going to tell you what I did in my previous video. I don't want you to know what my opinion was.
There's a smell.
And I'm not going to tell you what other people's opinions. I'm going to tell you it was $10.99 for the bottle.
I smell something kind of fruity, and then a smell that makes me think of like baking with brown sugar, almost like a praline, but not nutty, but that kind of like brown sugary stuff when you're baking. And almost maybe a cherry or something. Like.
Let me
This
see.
is the barley wine.
And it's aged in bourbon barrels, third aging. They age it first in the bourbon. They do the bourbon, then they do the Bourbon County Stout, which you said you talked to someone and he didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't get to try it.
And
I feel like I have had a bourbon beer before though that I've liked.
okay, and then they age this in the bourbon barrel, so it each time the bourbon smell is reduced. So the third time
it smells really good. Like I would, if this was a candle, I would burn it.
Yeah, it does smell sort of like one of those liqueur candles or something like that.
It just
You know,
smells
like those flavors.
really nice. Yeah.
Coconut to me.
Smells a little different than it tastes. I kind of taste like a coconutty taste. This kind of tastes like an Almond Joy.
And it has no coconut in it. It just is water, barley malt,
It's
hops,
salty.
and yeast. And it might have wheat. The bottle says it contains wheat. I don't know if it really does, but the bottle says it does.
It does. It tastes kind of salty, but it tastes sweet too. Like
Yeah, it has no salt.
I know. There's a taste that again makes me think of almost like raw brown sugar, or like an Almond Joy. Maybe it's like a sour. Maybe it's like a sour, not salty. I don't know. There's like a weird thing going on with my taste buds.
It might have gotten a little flat since I poured it, but it didn't get. There's still a little prickliness, and frankly, it wasn't what you would call very bubbly to start with. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just not that kind of beer.
It's really sour, but it's like.
To me, I thought it
Like
had
it?
sort of a duck sauce taste, like at the Chinese food restaurant, the Chinese restaurants, but not like the duck sauce you get in the little plastic packets, but maybe like really good.
Like real duck sauce.
Yeah, that they might have. Somebody was saying, Maria Devon was saying soy sauce you get, but I don't know if I'm getting soy sauce.
See, there's like a slight salty, like a kind of saltiness. I think that might be what she's talking about, but I don't know. It's like sour. This is really weird, but not bad exactly. Like it's interesting.
And it's got kind of a heavy mouth. It's thick. It's not super thick, but it's pretty thick. And the finish is sweet and kind of boozy, like booze.
Yes.
Alcohol. So the question is, do you like it and how would you rate it? I rated A, excellent, B, good, C, fair, D, bad, and F, F means it's undrinkable. You just cannot drink it. So I want to get your rating before I give you mine.
Mm-hmm. I suspect what yours might be.
And my rating should have no bearing on yours.
It doesn't.
Yours should be independent.
Like, okay, I don't, sometimes you can grade something for like the type, like for the style, right? But I don't really have a great subject of comparison for the style.
Because you've not had a lot of barley wines.
No. I feel like I had a barley wine tea one time that tasted like jam. But
Yeah,
maybe
and
that's
barley
something
wine,
else
they
I'm
just call it
thinking.
that because it's beer made with barley, right? But that's so strong in alcohol that it's almost like a wine, so they call it a barley wine. And some people like the style, other people hate the style. You know what I mean? They hate barley wines, and other people just love barley wines. It's not bitter. This beer is not bitter.
It's sour. I don't know. There's like a weird sour taste.
So what kind of letter grade would you give it?
I guess I'll give it a B+.
Very good.
It's good. It's weird. Like, I would have to...
I mean, would you recommend people try it?
Yeah, I'd be like, you need to see what this is about, and we can talk about it, because it was strange.
This morning when I first had it, I really hated it, and I gave it a D.
Really?
And on Rate Beer, it gets 100 out of 100 overall, and it gets 100 out of 100 for the style. Beer Advocate gives it a world class, the highest possible score. And then I'm looking at video reviews of there on YouTube, and everybody's like, it's great, it's awesome, it's wonderful. And then, so now people are commenting, wow, I got to get a hold of this. You're saying it's so bad. Now, I was so caught off guard this morning. Maybe a D. I know a D was too low. I mean, I understand
It is really
that.
strange.
I was just saying it was bad. It wasn't undrinkable. And somebody said, why would you finish it if you hated it that much? I said, well, I had a feeling it would develop more and I would have a different appreciation of it.
I feel like I would need to really sip it.
I don't like the coconut aspect at all.
Doesn't it kind of taste like an Almond Joy?
It does taste like an Almond Joy, and but it does have the sourness that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's...
Now, the Bourbon County Stout, I gave that a really high score, world class, I believe I gave it. This one, I'll go along with you now. I'll say B+.
Because I really like interesting
that's
palates.
the lesson.
Like,
drink it, and it might be... But I really don't think anybody's going to think it's a D like I did this morning, That's why I had to save it. I said, I don't know. I got to reevaluate this, and I'm not going to go buy another bottle. So whether you like it or not, it's like what you're saying. You should definitely buy it and try it just to see. And if you don't like it, you only bought it once. You don't have to go back and buy it again. And if you do like it, every year you can buy it, and it changes a little bit every year, and you can check it out.
yeah, it's like a taste bud adventure. It just, I don't know. It's like really weird. Like try something new.
And that winter ale is going to be much milder. Believe me, it's going to be a whole different ball game.
Okay.
So this is super intense, and that's going to be my presumption is going to be super mild. But,
Okay.
Anyway, so now I'm going to say laissez les bon temps rouler. It is very good,
Yes.
but it just may not be for me, and I have to be fair about that. So I'm going to retract what I said earlier, and it's not a D, it's not bad. And I knew I was going to retract it. I really did. When I was sipping on it and thinking, I said I'm going to retract. So anyway, it happens. Okay, sorry.
It's strange.
So thank y'all for watching this video production. Y'all come on down to Louisiana.